Hey Al, how you doing today? Out for my daily walk, taking my next steps, thinking about my next steps with educators. Today I want to talk a little bit about homework. I know it's always a hot button issue. I'm not going to say whether we should have homework or whether we shouldn't have homework. That's up to you to figure out. There's research kind of on both sides of this too as we look through here. But specifically talking about homework, some of the things I want to talk about is what are some things that we found that can be really be helpful, and what are some things that maybe start off class maybe in the wrong way and kind of help students enter the classroom and maybe they don't enter the classroom in the most happy circumstances. So one of the things I would talk about with homework is if we're having homework and having students do that at home, when they come into class, let's not have check-in homework be the first thing we do. I want you to think about if you're a student, think about if you came into class and you didn't have your homework done for whatever reason. There could be a lot of reasons the homework might not be done. But if you didn't do your homework and the first thing the teacher does is say, hey, let's take out your homework, all of a sudden you feel less than prepared. You feel like you're not as where you want to be in the classroom. You feel like you already did something wrong. And for the rest of the class period, you start off with that thinking, it's like, I'm not good enough. I didn't do my thing. I didn't do the thing I was supposed to do. I'm not prepared. And all of a sudden I'm playing catch up the entire time. That's just not a great way to start a classroom, not a great way to kind of make sure everyone feels welcome. I know the intent is to kind of make sure students kind of feel like they're supported and we're looking through different homework help and kind of help some of that piece out. But again, what we kind of find out in reality is if a student doesn't do their homework, that might not be the best use of time. Or even the other piece about it too. A lot of times when we do homework and do a homework check in the beginning of the class, that all of a sudden takes up 15, 20 minutes of the first part of class where students are generally most ready for engagement. Students are ready generally for those steps that we're looking in there saying, hey, I'm ready to learn something new. And we just spent 20 minutes reviewing homework and we just wasted a bunch of the class period time doing that and didn't really get a chance to maximize that energy that students are coming into the classroom with. So that's kind of a challenge we have there. And then just one more piece about homework we're thinking about is maybe if we're not going to check homework at the beginning of class, are there ways that we can kind of maximize the time we are in class so we're really not checking homework at all during class? Are there things we can do to maximize the time when they're in front of us? Instead of just putting a bunch of answers up on the board and kids kind of copying answers down or thinking through or me checking work there too. So if you have an opportunity to assign some online work for homework, maybe it's not even homework I do like in 1 week or in one night. Maybe it's homework that I assign for the week. So some students don't have access to online things at home. Maybe we can get to a library. Maybe we can stay after school. Maybe we can come before school. Maybe we can offer some of that opportunity during class. But a lot of the programs we have online right now self-correct for homework, and students can try multiple attempts and they can say, okay, I didn't get it the first time. The computer can help me to understand what I did wrong. The computer can do the grading. The teacher can get those grades and use those grades if we need to use them. The teacher can get those grades and kind of say, okay, are students still struggling with this? I can immediately know that and provide some teacher-led instruction. So instead of assigning work from like a book or work that's on paper that a teacher has to correct, and that honestly a student doesn't know if they get the right answer until the next day, if at all, think about assigning some homework for classroom to be like done online. One of those online programs, again, there's a bunch of them that are great out there. So whether you choose to do homework or not, whether you choose to have students correct that or not, would recommend not starting the first part of the class with a homework kind of correction, because again, that can start off students with a sour note as they come into classroom looking at that piece. And even if you are assigning homework, consider what are some of the online opportunities we have, some of those tools we can use that give those students that immediate gratification, give you less work to do because it kind of corrects it for you so that you can go ahead and spend that time in class to actually do some instruction. Hopefully that works out for you. Hopefully those next steps are some things you want to think about and process. Please let me know. Have a great day, y'all.